Welcome to Balk Talk with Hammer and Matty B, helping you remember to always come set before you deliver.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Balk Talk. I'm Matty B.
And I'm Hammer.
And today's show, our second show of the series, I'd have to say the first show went pretty well.
Success, I thought.
And today's show, we have our special guest, Maury Silver, who will be joining us later on in the segment. Again, we'll touch up on the Rochester Red Wings, a little bit of the Minnesota Twins, and some of the action that we saw this week over the All-Star break.
We got a lot of stuff going on right now. Even though we're in the middle of the All-Star break for minor and major leagues, there's still a lot of action to talk about in Rochester and in the major leagues alike. Matty B, we should probably start with talking about our hometown team here, the Red Wings. Just finished up a really nice series win over the Pawtucket Red Sox, who it seems like they always seem to be beating them when we're doing our podcast. They beat them before last time too. 3-1 series win. You want to talk about that a little bit? Just what that means in terms of the season?
Well, what it means in terms of the season is, one, it was a great, strong finish of the season. We sit at 51-48 heading into the All-Star break, and we come out of it here at home tomorrow night against Syracuse Chiefs. We sit 3 games back of Pawtucket, and that's where it really means the most. We had the 4-game home sweep, and then 3-1 series in Pawtucket. So, in that amount of time to be able to pick up 6 games on those Red Sox was something that was certainly huge, and it's a good motivator and momentum builder going into the second half of the season.
Yeah, if they can keep this up, this is a team to watch. I mean, it's a relatively tough division they're in, and to be putting up wins like this against arguably the best team.
Last year's Governor Cup.
Yes, defending champions, very big deal. Pawtucket has really been sliding though, which has really helped the Red Wings' case. 1-9 in their last 10 games. And this is also the first year since I believe 2009 that the Red Sox have won the season series with Pawtucket. Somebody that really surprised me this weekend was Ray Olmedo hitting 2 home runs. I mean, that really came out of nowhere. His first home run since years ago, 1,016 at-bats, he went without a home run, and wish he'd hit him here. It'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it is shocking because he's certainly not the guy that hits home runs. He's the guy that you love to see up in a situation when a guy needs to be moved over to second or third. Love to see him lay one down and hustle it out to first. Really gritty player, but swinging the bat and putting the ball over the fence is something he's not known for.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him on that.
Yeah.
And the next thing that we'll talk about that really excites me for the second half of the season here, that we're actually talking about before the show, is the new additions to the Red Wings roster.
Yes.
Arcia and Parmalee.
Yes. Some exciting young players that were sent down by the Twins. The Twins had quite a roster shakeup recently. They called up Herman and Bernier, who are both going to be missed. I'm not sure how long they'll be up there, but it's always a shame to see guys. I mean, it's good for them, but it's bad for us when they're such good players. But Arcia and Parmalee, along with Eduardo Escobar, 3 very good young players to watch. So that'll be a pretty dynamic outfield with Arcia and Parmalee.
Yeah, well, it's a great addition. I mean, you said Arcia came down. We have Colabello, who obviously is doing really well.
Yeah.
And now you add Parmalee. That's a pretty formidable power segment of hitters right there. We're possibly looking at our 3, 4, 5 hitters that, in reality, are major league type players.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to see Parmalee down here, but he was a great player on the Wings last year, one of my personal favorites from last year. So getting his bat in the lineup along with Colabello is in itself is going to be a great addition. And unfortunately for them, I hope to see them stick around a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's make a nice push here in the second half and blow by that wild card, and let's take the division onto the playoffs for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah, that'd be really nice to see here in Rochester. The city needs that. But going off on the Twins, looking at the All-Star break here, they are not in quite the same position as the Red Wings are. Kind of having a down year. Although one bright spot that I don't know if a lot of people know is that they are 21 and 23 at Target Field, so they're playing much better in front of their home fans. But I mean, they're a relatively young team who just are not in the position to win right now. But years to come, especially in that division, should be able to make a jump. I mean, you've got the Tigers, who are the real powerhouse and are perennial pennant contenders, but other than that, it's not as deep a division where it wouldn't be crazy to say the Twins could even make a late run this year or potentially next year down the road.
Yeah, there's certainly some improvements that need to be made, but they're on their way. You know, the biggest falter you see with the Twins is pitching issues, and you know they've got Scott Diamond, who is not performing to the level that he did last year when he got his first call up, but he's a young pitcher. There's Andrew Elbers, P.J. Walters, Kyle Gibson, and you know, speaking of P.J. Walters, I did mention in episode 1 that we may never see him pitch in a Wings uniform again, and then oddly enough, later that day, I see that Walters was sent back down. So I guess I ate my words on that one.
And you also jinxed the game.
Yeah,
last
and I
week
did.
too.
Yeah, they ended up losing 8-7 to Scranton. So
We'll try not to mention in-game updates anymore.
I'm just not going to make any more predictions.
All right.
I'm 0 for 2 already in episode 1. So, speaking of things of the future and the things that are come for the Twins, we did have 2 players play in the Futures game on Sunday, Miguel Sano and Byron Buxton.
Yes. Sano started, batted cleanup and played third. He went 0 for 2, walk, hit by pitch, so he got on base a little bit. Buxton came in at center field for highly touted Red sensation Billy Hamilton, the speedster that I'm sure everyone knows about by now. He came in and replaced him, went 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. So not an incredible performance by them, but I really don't think it knocked down anyone's perceptions of what kind of players they're going to be. I mean, 19 and 20 years old, they're already on the fast track, and it was really exciting to get to see them play in the Futures game.
Yeah, and I agree with that statement. You know, we mentioned it briefly about sample size last week, and
Yeah.
it's only one game.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were playing in the game is special in itself. So, obviously it's something you'd like to come out and say, oh yeah, two of our best two best prospects, tore it up during the game.
Yeah,
But
2 of the best prospects in baseball.
again, it's one game, so we do have the future to look forward to. And so that happened on Sunday, and then on Monday we had the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby,
Yes.
which turned out to be pretty good. I personally didn't get to watch it because I was on my way back from Vegas.
Good times.
Yeah, it was good times.
We won't talk about it, but
Yeah. No, that's probably content that's not appropriate for the show. So I didn't get to witness any of it, but I do know the results of it. And, the one thing I did want to touch on is David Wright's selection of Michael Kadire. Specifically, Kadire only played 60 games in a Wings uniform, but he was with the Twins organization for many years. And, the one thing that I found touching is why David Wright chose Kadire. Growing up together, they played baseball together in Chesapeake, Virginia, which, oddly enough, that area has just produced some great players over the years.
Yeah.
With Kadire being the first one, followed up by David Wright, then the Upton brothers,
Ryan Zimmerman, yeah.
Mark Reynolds. I mean, so there's a lot of guys coming out of that area, but it was just touching if you get the chance, to find on the internet on why Wright selected Kadire, which did face a lot of criticism at the beginning.
Yeah.
Especially even Rockies fans saying that Kadire shouldn't have been picked, and it should have been Cargo.
yeah.
But I do think David Wright and more so Michael Kadire were able to silence those critics with Kadire's performance at the Home Run Derby.
Yeah, I mean, as much as baseball is a game of numbers, you gotta love these side stories and why things happen, why players do the things they do, and it is a pretty touching thing to think about that he, for such an important thing, chose Michael Kadire for that. Now we've got here Maury Silver, 15-year-old shining star of the Red Wings organization. Maury's also been a huge help with Balk Talk here. He has essentially done all the work that we haven't done.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, now that he got you on air, we got to thank you. I mean, that You're doing an excellent job.
Yeah, we're 1 week in, and the improvements we've seen already are pretty amazing. So
I'm sure the fans have seen it too.
I mean, I do what I can.
all right, so baseball's your life.
Yep.
It's your family's life. Thanks to your grandfather back in '57. And what's your favorite aspect of being part of such a huge baseball family and such a great organization?
I like just the legacy that my grandfather left, and just being able to carry it on.
Okay.
I knew you guys were related. I wasn't sure. The similarity in names was striking.
I never clicked with you. All right, so you play baseball for McQuaid.
That is correct.
And you're also playing some ball now in the summer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What do you do?
Well, I play baseball for Matt Dreyer's 19U team, and so we travel and do some tournaments. We just got back from a tournament in Buffalo.
Okay.
That was a little iffy with the umps, but we'll keep it clean.
You guys play out at
happens.
Coca-Cola Field.
We did.
You like it?
I mean, it was.
It's no frontier.
It's no frontier.
Okay.
It's a very nice ballpark.
That's good.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do with that one?
That tournament was a rough tournament. We didn't really play like our team usually plays. But it was a tough one. But we'll get them next time.
I mean, teams that whenever you play in Buffalo, I guess you just don't have success, even if you're the visiting team.
I mean, I guess so.
All right, Maury. We know a lot about you, but just so the fans can know a little more about you, if you were to describe yourself in one word, what would you say?
Silver.
You're silver.
I'm silver.
He's silver.
All right.
Silver with a heart of gold.
That's right. I mean, I guess so.
I mean, this kid, he's 15. He's getting a little older.
Grew a lot of foot in the past year.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have the Bryce Harper haircut, but I mean, let's be honest, he's a good-looking guy.
I guess before we go, what's your take on the Wings second half? What do you
Second
predict?
half?
We know what we all hope for. We
I
hope
mean-
for hoisting that Governor's Cup at the end of the season.
I mean, that's our goal. But I mean, this first half we really turned it around, and I just feel like our players, they want to be here and they want to win for the city of Rochester. And I mean, we really haven't had that much success the past 4 or 5 years, but this year something special is going to happen.
Which is good, because I know watching the team at the end of last season, I certainly saw them start to click on all cylinders, and I expected a playoff appearance, but we faltered towards the end. And let's be honest, the way the team started out this year, it wasn't looking too great. But they have certainly turned it on as of late. 3 games above 500. 3 back in the division and 1 in the wild card. So it will be an interesting second half.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we keep everyone up to date as we progress through the season. And hopefully we're doing Balk talk from the playoffs this season
right.
at Frontier Field.
That'd be nice.
That's
Brings
right.
us to our last segment, which is what team is the biggest surprise halfway through the Major League season? My good surprise would be the Boston Red Sox.
My bad surprise would definitely be the San Francisco Giants.
And you fans, feel free to weigh in at Balk Talk Sports on Twitter and our Balk Talk Sports YouTube channel. And until next time,
Remember to come set before you deliver.
Here come the Red Wings. We really love them 'cause they're silver's pride and joy. Baseball, hot dogs, fun with the crowd. Our team winning, making us proud. We love our Red Wings. Stand up and shout it. Now it's